Next up, at UFC 313, we have Rei Tsuruya.
Uh-oh. Speaking of the Japanese, Angelo.
Taking on
Can't wait
Joshua.
Can't wait to hear this unbiased take.
Can't wait.
I wonder who Angelo's going to be picking in this one.
They're both Asian. So,
well, you made it very clear who your least favorite Asian is. So.
No, that okay. Rei Tsuruya taking on Joshua Van. Joshua Van, 12-2 in his career. He's 4-1 in his last 5 years, coming off that battering win over failed lock of the week, Cody Durden. He's taking on Rei Tsuruya. Rei Tsuruya, undefeated, 10-0 in his career, coming off that win in his UFC debut. Rei's a nasty grappler. Solid hands, good aggression. His takedowns are slick. Some of them can be big, where he will take your back scrambling. He can pick you up. He can slam you to the ground, instantly transitioning from the takedown to ground and pound, and then trying to find a finish. Plenty of cardio, plenty of composure. He's a guy that can really do something if he stays on this trajectory and continues to improve. He's coming off that UFC 303 win over Carlos Hernandez, where he went 3 for 8 in takedown attempts. Taking on Josh Van, solid striker, good aggression, bit of power mixed in there as well. His takedown and his scramble skills are decent. He is very young also at 23 years old. Everything's improving from fight to fight. And he's this new generation of fighter where even though he is primarily a striker, he's good everywhere. He can grapple offensively. He can grapple defensively. He does a really good job finding things in scrambles, making people work. And he's coming off the one-sided beating of Cody Durden, where he did give up a few takedowns early. And it looked like, oh boy, here's your path. Josh is going to lose here. And then he just started to land. Cody Durden's gas was gone, and things went south very quickly. That small window in the beginning of the fight shows Rei there's a path here. Shoot the takedowns over and over and over. And if you don't slow down like Cody did, and if you don't use your head like a punching bag like Cody did, you can have success here. The problem is I don't know how well it's going to go because Joshua Van showed us in the Zalgas fight on insanely short notice in his UFC debut. And then...
That's a tough one for you, isn't it? The Zalgas fight?
Zalgas? No, I had a bad mess up before. I had a bad mess up before, and some dude typed it out the way I said it. It was like... Anyway, we've seen Joshua Van fight really good wrestlers. We've seen him defend the takedown, stay composed, stay busy. He doesn't panic. He gets taken down. He's totally fine with it. Vegas hates wrestlers, hates them with a passion. For that reason, I got to go Josh Van here. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I am a Josh Van hater, probably. I'm going to pick him in this fight, which means he's probably going to lose. It just seems like it's headed down that path. If he's able to defend the takedowns, he wins. If not, he might get submitted. I think Rei's going to definitely get him down the first round, and we're going to see how good Joshua Van's submission defense is, because this guy Rei does some fucking wild shit. And not only does he do some wild shit in the submission department, but this guy isn't a push you against the fence and then get on your hip and then kind of ride a single and try to run the pipe and then maybe switch to a double methodically and then kind of maybe grab your ankle and all that, all the normal shit that people know how to defend, right? The Cody Durden is a good wrestler, right? And if he gets on a single, you saw he can take Joshua Van down, all that stuff. But Joshua Van knows eventually how to defend that stuff. When it's not like crazy explosive and people just out-muscling you, he takes his time, he splits the leg, he digs the underhook, right? He stuffs the head in situations. He knows how to defend the regular against-the-fence takedowns. This guy, Rei, does some wild fucking shit. I mean, he will do some wild trips, some drag you backwards, just suplex you over his head. I mean, he is a very high-level, actual fucking wrestler at a very high level. So, while I know Joshua Van has shown good takedown defense, Rei might bring some different stuff he's never seen, get him to the ground. And if he gets him to the ground, he's going to be in fucking trouble. So I'm going Joshua Van here because I do think he's athletic enough. And if he's able to defend the takedowns, he's obviously going to win this fight. I don't think Rei's going to have anything for him on the feet. Joshua Van is good with the volume, good with the boxing, stuff like that. So this is one of those fights that could turn like the Cody Durden fight did. Honestly, I mean, Cody had 3 or 4 minutes of control that first round, and then it was just like, was actually landing some decent strikes as well. And then all of a sudden it was like, believe me, I know more than anybody. It was like, like, oh no, like, well, you know, could turn like that. I expect that's probably what's going to happen. Survive early, then take over. I'm going Joshua Van, but, you know, I might play a little, look out for that. I'm winking right now, but look out for that prop video later this week because we might have something for Rey early on.
Yeah, it's interesting because we've all seen that clip, right, of Henry Cejudo and Khabib talking about wrestling in the Olympics, and Khabib is like, oh, it's always been America and Russia, and then he goes, Japan. Well, he says it like an old sensei, but he's not wrong. Like, Japan had a phenomenal showing at this last Olympics. Like, Japanese wrestling is going
talked about that,
insanely well.
Too, during the Rey fight. He was like, listen, the bigger guys, the bigger Japanese guys, he was like, when I saw them, it was this DC talk. He's like, it was basically a buy. Like, I knew I was gonna fucking smoke. He's like, but those little Japanese dudes are fucking high level. It is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's they've had quite the rise these last few years, and obviously Rinya Nakamura let an entire world down when he didn't use his wrestling. But
and a lot of people give Rey shit too because he slowed down and just kind of surviving against Carlos
UFC
or whatever.
Debut.
But I mean, that the scrambles early on the first fucking 10 minutes, the scrambles were fucking insane of that car that we're going through. And I don't know if Joshua has those type of scrambling. We're gonna find out if he can scramble.
It was a UFC debut, which can be exhausting, especially mentally. It was on a giant pay-per-view where Alex Bejeda headlined, and it was against Carlos Hernandez, who doesn't stop. So, like, yeah, he slowed down a little bit. This is an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to this fight as well. This is a sneaky good card, and this is just one of many where you will see some action. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. We have tons of picks, bets, tools, and artificial intelligence. A simulator that simulates fights 100,000 times, gives you the outputs. Everything we do is...
Oh, my God. Does power go out? Oh, my God. Am I still live right now? Am I live by myself? Did his power go out? Did it cut it off, or am I still live? I think I'm live by myself, guys. I can't even... Guys, the issue with this right now... Oh, my God. I think his power went out. I can't switch the slides or anything. Yo, what if that was what if it was a lightning strike? What if God was like, fucking... What if God is Japanese and fucking was like, look at that! You won't talk about the fucking Japanese, buddy! With the fucking lightning strike, dog! Holy shit. Make sure you go to WeWantPicks.com. Only $10 a month. Sign up today because there's only one of us now and all that money goes to me now, baby. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know if you guys want to just move on to the next fight.